Hello and welcome to my second video on my new channel. My first video I made yesterday was covering just some quick ways to speed up your PC, whether it be in a laptop or desktop for Windows-based operating systems. I thought I'd make this. I've been thinking about making these videos for a while, and I actually own a computer repair business, and I do a little messing around too. I'm a little bit of a rebel, I download torrents, I do all kind of stuff, and a lot of my customers have always wanted the stuff that I have, or told me, maybe you should do a YouTube channel, so, and my girlfriend was telling me, I just like to help people. I know how frustrating it is going from video to video to video to video to video and not really getting the solution you need. Well, the bullshit all stops here. And that's how I'm going to start off every video, with saying the bullshit stops here, because everything you need to know about a specific subject I am going to cover, where you don't need to go to somebody else and take forever to figure out, because I know I've done it for years. I know how frustrating it is going from video to video to video, and this took years. I've learned a lot from YouTube. I have a lot to thank to YouTube and YouTubers, because I've learned a lot. There's an instructional video for almost everything on YouTube. So let me hurry up and get to the point, because this video is going to be about if you're into torrents and how to become a master at torrents. I don't have that much time. I got 15 minutes, and probably a minute's already passed right now. But I'm going to try to tell you as much as I can about being a master at torrents, and debunk the myths about viruses with torrents too. Okay, because a lot of people think there's viruses with torrents. 99% of the time, it's not a virus. It's what's called a false positive. Okay, and I'll get into false positives here in a little bit. To be able to download torrents, okay, the first thing you need is to download a torrent client. They're free. The two most popular is Vooz, which is this one, okay, and it's my favorite one. And number one, I think the most popular, it's number two usually, but the other most popular one is uTorrent. There is no faster with any of them. It's how you have the settings and how your download, your bandwidth and your download limit, your download speed from your ISP, your internet service provider. If you got AT&T, good luck, because I can't stand AT&T. Their download speed sucks. I'd recommend Comcast, or if you have Charter in your area, I download with Charter at 6-7 megabits per second. So I can download a movie that's a gig in about a minute and a half. Amazing speed, great speed. Anyway, download, you can get Vooz or uTorrent. Just Google download uTorrent. I think uTorrent's got its own site, so usually when you download something, it's best to download it from its website. So download, get Vooz or uTorrent. Vooz is at Vooz.com. Anyway, I don't have uTorrent installed in here, but it's the same methods here, okay? What you want to do is go to Tools up here, go to Options, go over here and click on Advanced. Go to here to Transfer, and by default it already has it set up that your upload speed is 0, which is how much you're seeding. You're seeding unlimited. You're uploading files at a certain kilobits per second, and your download speed always needs to be at 0. Now, I've seen other videos on this when I first got into this, and they're still going now. These people have these magical numbers like change this to 25 or whatever right here. No, that's a bunch of crap. Everything really that you need is already set by default and exactly how you want it. I used to set this to about 6, because you'll download faster if you're not uploading as much, okay? However, there's discrepancy to that, because the reason you're able to download torrents is because your peers, whenever you download your peers are the people that's connected to your torrent. They're the seeders and the leechers. Seeders are people who are sharing it, seeding the program. They've already downloaded it. Leechers are people who are downloading it right now. You will not be able to get the seeds from the seeders if you're not uploading a certain amount yourself. They might have it set to where they're not going to share with anybody whatever their torrent is if they're not uploading a certain amount, whether it be 5 or 10 or 15 kilobits per second. So just leave this as 0, okay? And your download speed is always usually by default on 0, which is unlimited. Keep it there. All right. go down here, maybe allow multiple connections from the same IP. You can go ahead and check that. There's not too much more to do here. There's now this connection right here. I'm going to not connect, is it connect? Yeah, connection. I'm going to go into this if I have time later, okay, but basically you can set up and go down here to networks too and click on this one, ITP network, and then the Onion Router Tor network. Click on those two, and when you're done with that, click on save over here. Okay. Now you can with these numbers, what these are, you can set up a private port through your router, through your default gateway. I've never seen a significant difference between a yellow. Whenever you're downloading something, you either have, like, say I'm downloading. Let me get out of this. If I was downloading this right here, Sims 4, you're happy. It'll be a happy face right here, and it's going to be red at first, but then it's going to turn to either yellow or to green. They call it, whenever, if you have it at green, they call it, if you don't have a green, they say you have a NAT issue, NAT, which means you don't have a private port set up through your router. You can do that in your default gateway. I might cover that in another video on how to do that. But really, to be honest, I've downloaded it both with yellow happy faces and green happy faces, and I have not seen a significant difference. You know, and maybe you do, maybe you don't. If you want to try it out, just Google. It's probably on YouTube too to change make a private port through your router, and you'll get a green happy face. But I haven't seen. It all comes down to, this is the other reason how to get fast torrents. Okay, this is the most common reason why I see people not downloading torrents as fast as they can. I'm going to go to Pirate Bay. There's 3 main sites you want to go to. Forget the other ones that you've been to before if you go to the other ones. These, Pirate Bay and Demonoid, are the 2 most popular torrent sites on the planet Earth. Okay, so, and Pirate Bay is my favorite one. I have a tattoo of this ship, their logo, on my left arm. It is my favorite site. All right, so let's say right now you're searching for Windows 7. You need Windows 7. You need to reinstall, or you need to format your hard drive. See, I just typed in Windows 7 and I clicked enter. Okay, I see this all the time. People, right after they press enter, they go down and they start looking for what they need. If you look over here, you got 43 seaters and 116 leechers. You want to have a high amount of seaters and a low amount of leechers. Okay, so something like, see this 329 and there's only 73 leechers, or 141 and 23 leechers. That's the kind I'm going to download. But the first thing you need to do after you've clicked on, let me see how much time I got left. So, okay, 8 minutes. I got 15 minutes to make this video. A lot of people don't do this. Okay, so instead of right after you click search for Windows 7, all you have to do is click on SE. That's going to order by the most amount of seaters for each torrent. Typically, the more seaters you have, the faster your download would be. But this 3,000 is not going to be any faster than this 2,000, this 1,000. You want to get anything, as long as you have 1 seater, but you don't want to get anything with 1 seater. It'll take forever to connect to them. Anything over 20 or 30 or 40, you want a large amount. You want something like over 100. As long as you have a lot more seaters than leechers, like this is perfect. This is going to download at max speed because you got over 3,000 seaters and you got 21 leechers. So again, seaters are people who are sharing it. They've already downloaded it. And LE is leechers. Those are people who are downloading it right now. Okay, so you want a really high ratio of seaters to leechers. So this is perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect. So let's say right now, okay, and the other thing that, okay, to debunk the myth of viruses, I have never once, ever, and I've downloaded thousands and thousands of torrents, I've never once gotten a virus. When what happens is, let's say right now we click on this Windows 7. This is a perfect one, and if you're looking for this is perfect, because he has 32-bit and 64-bit all on one ISO, which is an image file with remove WAT included. What that remove WAT does is, WAT stands for Windows Activation Tool. It removes the activation tool from registry and tricks Microsoft into thinking that it's basically activated. And he's got the 32-bit and 64-bit version and the best version of Windows 7 Ultimate all under 4 gigs. You need at least 4.3 gigs. You can't go over 4.3 or 4.4 really to burn onto a disk. So you can burn this to a disk and have both bits. Now, let me hurry up and go into, so much time we got. Okay, 10 minutes has passed. All right. Just trying to hurry up for you guys and tell you as much as I can in the time that I have. If you look here, I'm going to go into false positives here in a second, because this is why not everybody uses Pirate Bay and the other sites, because they're scared of viruses. I'm going to explain that right now. If you look at these skulls right here, there's a pink skull, there's a green skull, and then there's a blue skull. The pink skull, if you actually hover over it, tells you it's trusted. The green skull is VIP. And the blue skulls are helpers. Anybody who has a skull is trusted without a doubt. It means nothing to people who don't know anything about Pirate Bay, but it takes a long time to get this skull. You have to upload so many torrents for a while, and then you have to be recommended in their forums to get a skull. So, but just because someone doesn't have one, that doesn't mean that they have crap. They might be just working on their skull right now. You know, and coincidentally, right now, I mean, the two most popular right now, they don't even have a skull, but they're probably going to get one soon. So, anyway, there's never any viruses or nothing you ever have to worry about, definitely, if they have a skull. These skulls are everything. Now, when you do download, this only happens with games and software. So, I was using an example right now. If you were to download this Windows 7, that when you, after it's downloaded and you try to use this remove blot, it can go off as a virus. Anything that activates programs, whether it's a crack, which is a cracked executable, I don't have time to go into that, but cracks and keygens, serial key generators and patches, they all go off as viruses. They're not viruses, they're called false positives. Anytime that you mess around with an important file, okay, like an executable file, and you've altered something, your antivirus goes nuts on it. Thinks that something's going on, because those are also the files used to put viruses in. But cracks are just cracked executable files. Every time you've installed a program, if you look into where it's been installed at, there's always an exe, the application, what starts up the program. And what makes the program think it's activated is a cracked executable. It's kind of like a thumbprint to a serial key. It tells the program that it's been activated. So if it is going off on cracks or whatever, excuse me, all you have to do, like if you have AVG, just disable Resident Shield, or whatever antivirus you have, just disable it for just a little bit while you're installing. If you are doing a program or a game, just shut it down temporarily just until you're done, and then you can turn it back on. All right, how much time do I got left here? Okay, 13 minutes. So let's see what, or a minute and a half about. The other sites, okay, I don't care about the other sites these other people go to. There's a lot of other sites, but it's good to go to the most popular ones. Demonoid.me, they were shut down. Their trackers got back up. I don't have time to explain what a tracker is, but, and they changed their name again. So, every time one of these sites get busted. Technically, these sites don't have this stuff on their site. They're just a search engine to find it. That's why they can't ever get really in any trouble, is because they're usually in a different country. But Demonoid is a good one. That's where I go if I can't find anything on Pirate Bay. And then it would be ISOhunt.com, but ISO Hunt has been shut down forever. They haven't come back up yet. The third one is, you might be familiar with, is Kickass Torrents. But Kickass Torrents is just a brother sister. It's the same thing as Pirate Bay. They have the exact same torrents on that Pirate Bay has. It's just a clone of Pirate Bay, but you can get it from here. So yeah, I think I've covered just about everything. I think I might make another video explaining more. But if you want to make a really quick, if you want to just Google on the NAT problem that I said earlier about making a private port to your router, all you need to do is go to your default gateway, and the way you can do that is just start command prompt, type in I don't think I have enough time. You can Google it and figure it out. I appreciate the views, and comment and like. Thank you.